Welcome back to Scotty's Hobbies. Finally got a emissions deregulations update video for you guys. My weekly update, even though I haven't done one in 2 weeks. It's so hard to make you guys videos when really nothing changes. I know a lot of people say it's because the government shut down and they're focusing on the budget bills and all that stuff. But really, it's nothing, it's crazy. And this one throws a little stick in the spokes a little bit more because this video is about a new bill that was introduced on October 14th. Another bill. You know how I like all these bills getting introduced. So another bill was introduced on October 14th that could end emissions. We're going to go over that in this video. That bill is S.3007. And like I said, give me a second, we're going to go over that. But first, don't forget, November 6th, I'm going to be picking a winner for the Gooloo A3 jump starter and compressor combo. So this thing is a jump starter, like I said. It's also a compressor, so you could fill up your tires, balls, inflatables at the pool. This thing could do a ton of stuff. It's very helpful. And really, if you guys want one of these before I do a giveaway, because they're very good gifts for anybody to put in their cars. I give them to my daughter when she got her car. I'm going to give them to my other daughter. I got one for my dad. These are really great to give away as gifts. This is the Gooloo A3 jump starter compressor combo kit. Look for a link in the description below and my coupon code to get this for $55.99 if you have Amazon Prime. Last month we did a giveaway for the Blue Driver and the winner got it within a day or two. So this is real. No purchase necessary. Look for a link in the description and the first comment, go to the video where I'm giving this away and all you got to do is comment. Just comment on there, whatever you want to comment. Tell me I'm a retard. Tell me that you like my videos. Tell me anything. Just hi, whatever. Just put a comment on there and that enters you to win the Gooloo A3 jump box compressor combo kit. All in there. That's all you gotta do. Comment. Easy. No purchase necessary. Where can you go wrong? Oh, just make sure you're somewhere where Amazon could deliver so I could drop ship it to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And now let's get going into this. S.3007 is the new bill that was introduced into Congress. So Senate Bill S.3007. This bill was introduced by Senator Cynthia Loomis from Wyoming. Would make a huge change in federal emissions laws. In plain English, it says no more federal enforcement of laws requiring emissions control devices and or onboard diagnostic systems on motor vehicles or engines. So no more emissions components would be required on any vehicle that's being sold in the United States. But there's a little bit of a caveat, a little bit of a catch. That means the EPA couldn't force manufacturers, importers, or mechanics to install or maintain things like catalytic converters, DPF, or OBD2 systems. Basically, it wipes out federal rules that make all these devices mandatory. So that's all of the emissions components on any vehicle. No longer required. Nobody's going to be checking for them. Nobody's going to have to put them on a vehicle when it comes to a federal standard. It goes even further. It says no one can be fined, sued, or even criminally charged for selling, using, or modifying a vehicle that doesn't have emissions controls. So if you have a modified vehicle that's pretty much an off-road vehicle right now, you could make that an on-road vehicle and sell it as an on-road vehicle, except probably in California. So if someone was busted under those rules before, their record could be wiped clean, expunged, and the ruling overturned. Is that something that you think is going to be really realistic? I know, excuse me, the Diesel brothers, is it Diesel Dave? I'm not all on this. And there's some other, well, the thing with Diesel Dave is that it's not a criminal charge. He got sued by some physicians in Ohio, I believe it was, under some terms of the Clean Air Act. So in his case, would his fine or penalty be wiped clean? I don't know. But I would think so if this bill becomes law. But this bill is, there's no co-sponsors as it is right now. And there's really, it wipes everything off. This is like the most unrealistic bill I've seen introduced so far. And I used to get hyped up about these bills. I was really excited when I first started covering these bills a long time ago. And then I started seeing people just start spreading misinformation that smogs are over in California. You could do diesel deletes and just giving people hopes that really are not there yet. So I started digging deeper into all this. And I'm like, it can't be true. Like, this is some crazy stuff. And it just, the more and more I dug and the more and more I paid attention to everything, it was just like These bills are for virtue signaling to constituents of these congressmen and women to make their constituents happy, to please them, to make them look like they're fighting this huge fight against California or emissions. It would be nice if we could do modifications to our vehicles, pretty much do whatever we want. It just seems crazy that it would even happen. It would be awesome, don't get me wrong, but I am going to be very surprised if anything passes, and if it does, trust me, I will bring you that news and let you know that you could go out and cut your catalytic converter off, remove your DPF, remove EGRs, whatever you want to remove. Whenever that passes, if any of these bills pass, Transportation Freedom Act, Stop CARB Act, HR 4117, any of these bills, if they pass, I will let you guys know, and I will be making videos cutting my emissions components off of my vehicles too. Don't get me wrong, I do want it, but I'm realistic, and I don't want people to jump to conclusions when it comes to their vehicles and just thinking they could get away with removing emissions components. Now here's a stick in the spokes for you. This applies to federal law. States like California, where smog laws are carved in stone, could still enforce their own emission standards. So if you're wrenching in California, don't start deleting your DPFs just yet. CARB's still watching everybody. And this bill doesn't mention anything about Section 209 or Section 177 of the Clean Air Act, but it does say any federal emissions laws cannot be enforced. So the Clean Air Act is a overall federal law with Section 209 carved into that law. Section 209 is what gives California the ability to set their own emission standards and get them accepted by the EPA, and they become rules in California. So there's a little bit of a caveat right there. If this gets passed, for sure it's going to go to court where California is going to want to continue to be able to continue to enforce their own emissions regulations using Section 209, and the other states that follow California emissions using Section 177 of the Clean Air Act, they're also going to sue. So there's a lot going on to this. And I also did notice everything that I talk about. There's links in the description below for everything. S.3007, the bill that Cynthia submitted, there's going to be a link to that. There's going to be a link to congress.gov so you could follow this bill as it goes through Congress. But where I was just getting to, SEMA posted a September emissions deregulation update that is very, very useful for you guys to go read to get a real take of what's going on and how long this whole process can take, just for you guys to get a real idea. And I'm going to post a link in the description below for you guys to check that out. And within that publication that they made, SEMA made, there's also a link in there where you could go get more information about the EPA deregulation of the endangerment findings or 2009 endangerment findings in greenhouse gas emissions. Go read those. You guys are going to be very, very surprised of what even SEMA says about emissions deregulations on every front that's going on right now. And after you're done reading all those, you're going to start questioning who is telling you the truth in all these videos online. Is it me? Is it somebody else? You're going to be very, very surprised if you go take the time to read those. Links in the description below for everything I talk about so you guys could go do your own research and read these bills. Read that SEMA article. Come back to me. Let me know what you think. I will be doing some more updates on the endangerment finding deregulation, greenhouse gas deregulation, all that. There'll be more videos coming out. Now, if this bill passes, it can change the landscape for mechanics, truck owners, and manufacturers. Fewer federal regulations, but maybe the bigger patchwork of state rules. If this passes, it could change the landscape for mechanics, truck owners, and manufacturers. Fewer federal restrictions, but maybe a bigger patchwork of state rules. In short, this bill is only a few pages long, but it packs a huge punch when it comes to emissions deregulations, if it passes. So what do you think? Should the feds fall back off diesel emissions laws or any emissions laws, period? Drop a comment, hit me up. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to check out the video library for a ton of automotive helpful DIY videos and the giveaway for the Gooloo A3 jump starter compressor combo. These things, I said it before in this video, are very, very useful to have and great gifts. So I'll be giving one away. Look for a link in the description below to go purchase one of these. Give a bunch of them away for Christmas. They're fairly cheap, $55.99 if you have Prime and you use my coupon code. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys watching. Thanks for taking your time out of the day to do so. I will see you guys on the next, hopefully helpful video. Thanks for checking out Scotty's Hobbies.